Hey, yo, what's the deal? Miss your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag, you know what I mean? As of this recording, it is 1:54 p.m., October 13th, 2025. You know what I mean? And this is the second video of the day, but the first, of the real full day. You know what I mean? That I'm recording. So I did not realize that Raw, that Raw came on this morning, that they were still in Perth. You know what I mean? A lot of crazy shit happened. You know what I mean? They, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed turned on Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? So they basically kicked Seth Rollins out of the Visionary. You know what I mean? Which I wasn't expecting. You know what I mean? Not so soon. You know what I mean? And there's rumors of possibly Brock, entering. But I don't know if it's going to be Brock, because the thing is, if you're trying to push, all this honestly is to push Braun Breaker, right? All this is to give Braun Breaker that, to put him in that level of a main eventer, which he will be, which he clearly will be. You know what I mean? But I don't know if Brock Lesnar is the right person to put in this group, because I've never seen Brock become the leader of a stable ever in my life. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Brock never had a stable. Now, I don't think Brock ever had a staple of his own, so I don't know if this would make sense to put Brock as the leader of a stable. I don't know. You know what I mean? But you're definitely gonna have to get a replacement. Clearly. You know what I mean? So who's gonna be? It could be Ethan Page. It could be, I'm hearing names like Austin Theory. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing a lot of stuff. I don't know about Ethan Page. I don't know Ethan Page, because it seemed like, there's an alliance that's being formed with Ethan Page and Lexis King down in NXT. So I don't know. We shall see. So yesterday, as I was going through Twitter and such, I was, I just happened to just scroll up and down, just to look for some stuff, right? And I came across a very interesting image. And I'm not really all that shocked by this image. You know what I'm saying? So I seen an image of IShowSpeed in a WWE t-shirt, you know what I mean, in a WWE PC t-shirt and such. And I guess he was recording something, right? And it had me thinking, he's like, he's going to be doing some stuff with, I don't know if it's with Sheamus, but he's going to be doing some stuff. I think it says, IShowSpeed goes pro. Right? And, clearly this is, this has a lot to do with, like he's back with WWE, right? And not just for, a Royal Rumble appearance. I think he's going to be doing some stuff, which has me thinking, IShowSpeed would be, I think he's going to get a WWE run. I think he's going to take the route of Logan Paul and and just go for it. IShowSpeed is, shout out to IShowSpeed. A lot of people, I have a lot of respect for IShowSpeed, because, he doesn't do fuck shit. You know what I mean? Like he's a person who, he flips and shit, and he goes all around, he goes all around the country. You know what I mean? Like he's also, you can tell he's well mannered. You know what I mean? I never really seen him in trouble and such, I mean, it's a little bit quirky and such at times, but he's not, you can tell he's, a genuine person. Like people like him, you know what I mean? Cause not, and so, again, it has me thinking like, yo, like I said, he's athletic. He's legit athletic. And so I honestly would not be shocked if IShowSpeed gets a run in WWE. I mean, it makes sense. It makes too much sense. It makes a lot of sense, because with his agility and such, like he fits for pro wrestling. I think he could be a natural. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is learn how to take bumps and everything else. If you see what Logan Paul is doing, and I always said that Logan Paul is hands down, the greatest YouTube transitioner of all time, because he went from doing shit on YouTube to actually transition to pro wrestling, and look where he's at now. You know what I mean? Like now, this is his life now. Like he's ingrained into it. He's a fucking natural. Let's keep it a stack. Logan Paul's a fucking natural. And you know what I mean? Like, he's fucking great. But I think with someone like IShowSpeed, you know what I mean? I think, you know, like, there are some stuff that he can do that Logan Paul can't. No, I'm pretty sure Logan Paul can do all the shit that IShowSpeed can. I mean, you know, with the flips and shit. I mean, Logan Paul to me he's Will Ospreay with, you know, with charisma. Let's keep it a stack. He's Will Ospreay with charisma. You know what I mean? And so, seeing IShowSpeed, I mean, I think, you know, the more training that he gets, because again, he's going to the PC and everything, I can definitely see IShowSpeed, you know, get his foot in a WWE run. I think it's definitely going to happen. You know what I mean? I think with IShowSpeed, you know, because he knows that, you know, like he can do, you know, he can only do, you know, the streaming shit, but for so long with the flip shit that, you know, it eventually starts to wear down a bit. You know what I mean? So he figured, fuck it. You know, let me apply that into something that I love, right? Wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And there you go. You know what I mean? Like, you can see it. You can feel it. You know? It's going to take some time for him to you know, to get just, I mean, let's look at the Royal Rumble, right? The Royal Rumble, he might have been like a special guest. Not special guest, but a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble and such. But you see the crowd reaction and everything, right? WWE see that like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, you know, we got something here. If he's interested. And yeah, he did say that he's not doing this anymore. That's bullshit because, you know, all this is basically an act. Now, I mean, he got hurt for real. Now, I mean, his wound opened up. He had wounds that opened up. But he's still, you know, the fact that he's doing it again, oh, God. Sorry about that, y'all. It's fucking windy as shit out here, you know. But the fact that he's giving it another go-around, I mean, oh, look at the dog, cute dog. You know, the fact that he's giving it another go-around, you know what I mean, that clearly tells me that, yeah, he's destined to do this. Now, I mean, I think he'd be great at it. You know, I definitely think he'd be a fool not to do it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, Logan Paul opened that door. You know what I mean? And although there are other names, I mean, shit, we just seen what's his dude name? BDE debut at Bound for Glory last night. You know what I mean? But you know, the thing with him, you know what I mean? Like, he's trained. He's already trained to be a wrestler. You know what I mean? So it's not like, I mean, we also seen people like Chris Danger and such, right? But, and this is great. I mean, listen, like YouTubers, you know what I mean? But I think with someone like an IShowSpeed, someone like a Logan Paul, right? I think they know that the YouTube stuff, especially what they do, don't really last forever. You know what I mean? So they had to transition. And again, I think this is an awesome backup. You know what I mean? I think this is an awesome fucking backup. I think IShowSpeed would be fucking great, you know, in this profession. I know he'd be great in this profession. You know what I mean? I know he would, you know? And again, he shows it. And who knows? You know what I mean? Like, you know, Kai Cenat might have said something about wanting to do this at one point, but I don't think he's ready yet. You know what I mean? But, I mean, IShowSpeed, you know, people like him, Logan Paul, you know what I mean? Like, they have a future in pro wrestling. I think it's an awesome thing. You know, it's windy as a motherfucker here. I will be coming with another video tonight, so holla at y'all. Peace.